Why do confident, independent women fall for certain men while ignoring others? It's not about looks or money, it's about understanding the secret that triggers deep emotional connection. In a world flooded with validation, women only truly fall in love when they face a challenge that sparks desire and makes them crave a man's attention. Stay tuned. This will change the way you see attraction forever. 1. The paradox of independence and vulnerability. The modern woman of today's generation is a complex blend of ambition, confidence, and fierce independence. She's grown up in an era that champions self-reliance and resilience, where societal norms push her to achieve more, do more, and be more. From boardrooms to social circles, she commands attention, sets her own rules, and challenges the status quo. However, what many men fail to see is that this independence, while strong on the surface, masks a deeper, almost hidden vulnerability. This isn't weakness. Rather, it's a nuanced emotional core that's rarely exposed. A woman's drive for independence often comes with moments of doubt, internal battles questioning her worth and sufficiency in a world that never stops demanding more. Now, when she meets a man who sees beyond this strong facade and interacts with her in a way that subtly challenges her sense of adequacy, something shifts. This is not about making her feel less than, but about creating an environment where she feels compelled to earn his approval. When this happens, she starts experiencing an emotional tug-of-war, pushing her to crave connection and validation. Unlike traditional romantic approaches, a man who embodies Stoicism understands the value of controlled emotional distance. He doesn't fawn over her or rush to reassure every time she expresses herself. Instead, he responds thoughtfully, creating moments of doubt that push her to introspect and, ultimately, to yearn for his presence more deeply. 2. The unspoken value of emotional distance. Modern relationships are saturated with quick affirmations and instant gratification. Social media, dating apps, and continuous access to validation have redefined how women see themselves and their desirability. In this landscape, a man who offers predictable, consistent validation blends into the background noise. He's easy to obtain and even easier to overlook. But a man who practices emotional distance, maintaining a healthy, strategic ambiguity, stands out as someone different. He becomes a challenge in a world where attention is too easy to come by. This doesn't mean playing games or being indifferent. It means being selectively generous with attention. A man who knows when to pull back, when to pause before responding, when to let silence fill a moment, or when to be slightly mysterious in his intentions, becomes more than just interesting. He taps into the deeply rooted psychology of desire, which thrives on anticipation. The less accessible a man makes himself, the more a woman subconsciously values his time and attention. Emotional distance here isn't about neglect. It's about creating a space where her imagination is triggered, where she questions if she's truly captivating him. When a man embodies this kind of stoic energy, he doesn't feel the need to constantly chase or reassure. His value isn't dependent on her approval, and that's what makes her seek it even more. This delicate dance of giving and withholding is what keeps her mind engaged and her emotions hooked, turning her initial curiosity into a profound emotional attachment. 3. The psychology of validation and craving. To understand why modern women fall in love through moments of inadequacy and craving, we must delve deeper into the psychology of validation. Validation is an essential part of human interaction, but its power comes not just from receiving it, but earning it. In today's world, women are bombarded with empty compliments and quick, superficial gestures that serve to boost their ego temporarily. But these fleeting interactions often leave them emotionally unsatisfied. What they truly seek, often without realizing it, is validation that feels earned and meaningful. A man who can master the art of subtly pulling back, who knows how to read between the lines of a conversation and give validation sparingly, awakens a woman's deeper desires. This isn't about being cold or manipulative. It's about recognizing that genuine emotional investment comes from a place of challenge and anticipation. When a woman feels that she's earned a man's interest or admiration through shared moments, intellectual exchange, or mutual understanding, it stirs a sense of accomplishment that simple, automated likes and messages cannot. For the modern woman, who is accustomed to a constant influx of digital praise, this kind of interaction feels rare and valuable. It becomes something she actively seeks out and craves. This dynamic creates a loop where she finds herself thinking about him even in his absence, replaying their interactions and searching for more ways to engage. It's this craving that plants the seeds of deeper emotional investment. 4. The modern woman's paradox of self-worth. The modern woman is raised in an era that praises self-love, independence and empowerment. She is taught to pursue her goals relentlessly and not to rely on anyone, especially not a man, for validation. Yet, the paradox lies in how deeply the desire for external affirmation is woven into the human experience. For a generation of women who juggle the expectation of being both soft and strong, the pursuit of validation takes on a new, complex form. When she encounters a man who doesn't rush to give her what she's accustomed to, effortless approval and praise, she's forced to confront her own sense of worth in a different light. This man doesn't play by the typical rules. He acknowledges her worth but doesn't exaggerate his praise. He observes, listens, and responds in a way that suggests he values her but isn't entirely swayed by her presence. This silent resistance makes her question what it is about him that draws her in so intensely. In her quest to win his approval, she embarks on a subtle yet powerful journey of self-reflection. She questions her actions, contemplates her emotions, and eventually, she craves not just his validation, but his recognition of who she truly is beneath her strong exterior. It's in this state of craving and introspection that the seeds of genuine love are sown. 5. The secret to maintaining her interest. Keeping a modern woman's attention is not about grand gestures or constant attention. It's about maintaining an aura of quiet confidence and strategic unpredictability. Men who understand this dynamic know that relationships thrive on subtlety, mystery, and a sense of challenge. While modern women have access to anything at their fingertips, they are not drawn to what is easily given. They are attracted to what feels exclusive, earned, and worth pursuing. A high-value man does not inundate her with compliments or over-explain himself. Instead, he offers moments of genuine connection interspersed with periods of emotional space. He engages in deep, meaningful conversations, but is comfortable with silence. He shows her glimpses of his vulnerability, but doesn't rely on her to soothe his insecurities. This carefully balanced dynamic builds a powerful sense of admiration and intrigue that keeps her invested. In a world where instant gratification is the norm, a man who can resist the urge to overshare or over-validate sets himself apart. He becomes someone she thinks about during her busiest days, someone whose attention she longs for, and someone she respects for not being easily influenced. This quiet strength and subtle distance make her feel valued, yet always wanting more, maintaining her interest over time. 6. The subtle power of emotional highs and lows. One of the most powerful emotional triggers for the modern woman is the cycle of highs and lows. While consistent happiness might seem like the ideal, human nature thrives on variety and emotional movement. A man who can create experiences where a woman feels moments of doubt, followed by relief and validation, engages her emotional spectrum. This creates a bond rooted in the anticipation of the next high. This isn't to say that relationships should be tumultuous, but rather that an element of unpredictability can spark deeper emotional investment. The modern woman is often accustomed to predictability in her interactions, and when she encounters someone who doesn't conform to her expectations, it piques her interest. The moments of subtle emotional challenge, followed by genuine moments of connection, become a dance that she finds both intriguing and irresistible. 7. Why subtle confidence outshines. Flattery. Confidence is key, but in this generation, subtle confidence outshines overt flattery and showmanship. The modern woman can detect when a man's validation is insincere or simply an attempt to win her over. A man who is quietly self-assured, who doesn't need to prove himself or seek validation, projects a unique energy. This energy makes her question why he's different from the rest and why he doesn't seem as eager to gain her approval. Subtle confidence means that a man speaks when he has something valuable to say, listens when others speak, and isn't rattled by the desire to please. It's in his calm and composed demeanor that a woman finds security and intrigue. Unlike men who rely on empty flattery to win attention, a man who chooses his words carefully, speaks less, and acts more, creates a powerful impression that leaves a lasting impact. 8. The role of personal boundaries in attraction. In the context of relationships, boundaries are often misunderstood. For the modern woman, who is navigating a world that demands her time, energy, and attention, a man with clear boundaries is both refreshing and captivating. A high-value man who maintains his personal boundaries demonstrates self-respect and the ability to prioritize his own needs. This sends a strong message. He values himself and won't compromise on his principles just for affection or attention. When a man has boundaries, it makes his time and presence more valuable. The modern woman is drawn to a man who doesn't instantly drop everything for her, who doesn't seek her approval by being overly accommodating. Instead, she finds herself intrigued by the man who stands his ground, respects his time, and invites her into his life without making her the sole focus of it. This not only cultivates admiration, but also establishes a dynamic where she respects him and seeks to fit into his life as much as he fits into hers. 9. The art of making her chase without manipulation. One of the most misunderstood aspects of modern attraction is the idea of making a woman chase. This isn't about manipulation or mind games. It's about understanding the art of subtle withdrawal and how it influences desire. When a man knows when to step back, when to be slightly elusive, and when to let her wonder, he triggers an emotional reaction that most modern women aren't used to. This withdrawal isn't about punishment. It's about allowing space for her to realize what she values in him. The modern woman, who is used to getting what she wants quickly, finds a sense of fulfillment in pursuing a man who doesn't always make himself readily available. It challenges her, excites her, and makes her more invested in the connection. The key is balancing this with genuine moments of warmth and connection so that the pursuit feels authentic and not orchestrated. 10. The deep connection between Stoicism and love. Finally, understanding the connection between Stoicism and love is crucial. Stoicism teaches self-mastery, emotional control, and living in accordance with one's values. When a man embodies these principles, he becomes a source of stability and strength in a world full of noise and chaos. The modern woman, who faces daily pressures and expectations, is drawn to a man who doesn't react impulsively, who isn't easily swayed by external opinions, and who maintains a sense of calm confidence. A Stoic man's ability to remain centered makes him a rock in a storm. His validation isn't given freely, it's earned through mutual respect and meaningful connection. This is the kind of man who doesn't chase validation, but receives it naturally because he holds himself to high standards. For the modern woman, this combination of inner strength and selective validation forms the foundation of lasting attraction and deep emotional connection. 11. The power of patience and long-term vision. In a world where everything moves at lightning speed, patience is a rare yet captivating quality. Modern women are used to interactions that progress quickly, often feeling pressured to meet expectations or commit early. A man who takes his time and allows the relationship to develop at a natural pace shows a profound level of confidence and emotional maturity. This patience communicates that he values her beyond just surface-level attraction and is interested in creating a bond that can stand the test of time. Such an approach sets him apart, as it suggests stability and security, qualities that resonate deeply with a woman looking for something genuine. Patience also allows for moments of true connection to flourish, free from external pressure or rushed decisions. It tells her that he is in control of his emotions and does not need to rush to prove himself or seek validation. The modern woman, often cautious of relationships that start with intense speed but fizzle out just as quickly, finds this refreshing and reassuring. Attraction is about patience, confidence, and balance. If you found this helpful, like, subscribe, and share your thoughts in the comments. Stay confident and true to yourself.